Hi everyone, so this video is going to be the causes of World War I from 1900 to 1945, and this is going to be kind of simplified and kind of a study guide or an outline to go by. So, World War I, the war started mainly because of four aspects: militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. So here is an acronym that would help you remember these four aspects. So the M stands for militarism, the A for alliances, and so on. And mania is just a really easy word to remember those by. So militarism is the glorification of one's military, also the belief of a nation or its people to build and maintain a strong military, with the intention to use it whenever it is felt necessary. So during this time, the German state prepared to defend itself against France. So France, understanding that Germany was building a large military, saw it as necessary to turn and build a large military to protect themselves against the Germans. The Germans were also threatening the British by building a large navy, making the British feel insecure about their place amongst the world's elite navies. Alliances is an agreement between two or more countries to work together for the benefit of each country. Alliances are seen as long-term causes of World War I. Due to the secret alliances created between nations, it is inevitable that a disagreement between two nations will lead to an involvement of many nations, who have secretly agreed to help one another. These alliances take time to develop, thus they are a long-term cause. The two major alliances that developed prior to World War I were the Triple Entente, aka the Allies, and the Triple Alliance, aka Central Powers. The Triple Entente consisted of Great Britain, France, and Russia. This alliance was created in an effort to counter the Triple Alliance, which consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. At the beginning of the war, the Triple Alliance will become known as the Central Powers and will not include Italy. Italy finds that it is in their best interest to wait and see what unfolds during the war, thus allowing them to further their growth as a nation. Nationalism is the extreme pride in one's nation or state, often seen by the use of flags, national anthems, and other signature items. Nationalism is a long-term cause of World War I. As many of the other causes, nationalism takes time to create. People are not born with the love of their country and land instilled within them. Instead, they must learn to love it. This requires a longer period of time to complete, thus it is a long-term cause. As a new unified nation after January of 1871, the Germans felt nearly unstoppable as a world power. The French, on the other hand, had been embarrassed by the Germans and found it necessary to regain their pride. These feelings of resentment led to the massive militarism between these two nations. Imperialism is the domination by one country over another in terms of the political, economic, or cultural life of the dominated country or region. Imperialism also takes time to develop in terms of establishing the dominance needed to secure another nation/country. Therefore, imperialism is seen as a long-term cause of World War I. Many nations from around the globe were competing for control of colonies in order to gain land, resources, and influence. Specifically, Germany was attempting to control lands in Africa, as a place that Britain and France were already established. Assassination is the deliberate murder of a high-ranking government official. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was a short-term cause of the war. Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo, Bosnia, on June 28, 1914, by guerrilla Princip. Princip was a member of the Black Hand, a Serbian nationalist group. Archduke Ferdinand was next in line for the Austrian throne. Joseph was his uncle, and he was required to deliver the Serbians a harsh ultimatum in order to avoid war. The Serbians refused to meet all the demands, thus Austria and Serbia would go to war. On July 28, 1914, Austria declared war. The Russians would quickly declare war on Germany after they agreed to help Austria with all of the supplies and the soldiers that they needed. Thus, the tangle of alliances started to take hold, bringing many countries into a fight they otherwise would have avoided. And here are my sources. Thank you.